This is the facilities at Ripon Lock. There's a lock we've just come through. I am so glad that we're off that river. It is a gorgeous stretch though. It's the old mechanisms, lock operating mechanisms sat next to the new lock operating mechanisms. That's the paddles. And that's the winch for the gate. And the old swing bridge. This is the history of Ripon Lock. First lock was built in 1757 and was one of the earliest examples of canal engineering. The small complex incorporating a workshop, office, lockkeeper's cottages, stables and banqueting hall followed. In 1888 a second lock was built alongside the original. This new lock allowed large freight barges to travel to York. This is the history in pictures. This is another area that I've fished, never actually been on the water itself. And there's Nigel heading back to Selby. It was an enjoyable day but a stressful day. The amount of debris in that river is just ridiculous. At one point we had a log hooked round the bow of the boat. It must have been nearly a foot across and it was bobbing up and down alongside us on the stern. So it was about 57 foot. Just got that cleared and we picked up a branch straight across our front, which then proceeded to collect every single bit of debris that you could imagine. control lawnmower. Lazy bastards.
It's not remote control, you just set it off going. It's like the movers. Ash and Andy have got a mover and it's on a timer. It comes out at certain times at night, early hours in the morning. The movers while they're in bed.
Still lazy bastards. It's a beautiful house. There's one in the making. We go from Yorkshire to Spain. Beautiful stretch. And then from Spain we got to Brighton seafront. What a gorgeous house. Beautiful boats moored up here. I wouldn't be on the River Ouse though, so I'll be cutting across the channel to France and probably not coming back. Beautifully well presented cottage, as the estate agents would say. I won't be lying with that description. That's rather a grand entrance to somewhere. Might be more in here when we come back. These are the moorings for the ship in. And you've got some floating pontoon tables so you can come down and eat your food, have your pint, and keep an eye on your boat at the same time. Not that I think there's any worries with anything happening to your boat around here. Or round here. So it's all very jolly hockey sticks. You say good morning 10 times to people as you pass, you maybe get one good morning back. As I found this morning, the only two people that spoke to me as I passed them, one was from Germany and one was from Holland. It's a slipway at Ripon, and at the top of the slipway is the blacksmith's pub. Cracking food in there. A place we've been to many times, especially on a Sunday for the carvery. Boat for sale, or yacht. Caravan site, part of it. Fuel there, lads. There's a fuel pontoon at Ripon boatyard. There's the cafe and little bar at Ripon boatyard. Don't stock many spares for narrowboats. We came to see if they had a windlass, and they didn't even have a windlass. Very swanky up top though, settees and everything. It's a very high-end brokerage. There's the other part of the campsite. It's all very nice and well kept though. Food's a bit on the pricey side, and drinks are a bit on the pricey side. I'm a big believer in what you get what you pay for, but it's more expensive than the vegan cafe that we visited yesterday at Ripon, and the food doesn't compare to what you get at Ripon. The food's very nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not at the standard of what you get at Ripon. A couple of familiar boats here that we've seen before on our travels. You just stay where you are. There's the entrance to the marina. Some stunning boats in there. Reliably informed that a lot of them, just like the ones moored up at Ripon, maybe get out for 2-3 weeks a year, which is a crying shame. So it does them more harm to be stood than it does to get them out on the water. Some lovely big Euro cruisers, but obviously it doesn't go very far to have a huge deck area like that on top. This extensive library I can see. Little boat buzzing along. Just coming under Ripon Bridge now. There's a famous fisherman with the dog weeing on him. It's nice to be out at sun. This is a really old bridge. The architecture is stunning. That's the base where it swings. A lot of these moorings, there's a lot of like ramshackle shacks being built on scaffolding. I mean, it's obviously why they're stilted, because this water does get really high. I just think the ingenuity, the best of both worlds, land and water. Probably little pop-up businesses. Fantastic. There's a boat for the City fans. I support City. Go buy yourself another title, lads. We'll do it the hard way. Sorry about the shaky camera work, but it's very difficult for me to steer with one hand and film with the other. Absolutely transfixed with all these little little areas. What a life. What a life. I wonder if that boat's pretty vacant. If you know, you know. I can't have been the only one with a misspent youth in the 70s.
To the Bishop's residence.
Yeah. The ingenuity and the industry here of, I mean, look at that. It's not my cup of tea, but fair play. I'm trying to swear less and I don't want to get it on the vlogs, but such as there again, look, best of both worlds. They've got the well, they are the old traveller caravans to live in there, then the boat mode at the bottom. It's a campsite up there as well. That's all done in PVC cladding on a timber framework. It's 2 stories. It's with a deck area. There's a campsite and boatyard. And we're hoping we could get moored up down here, so I could go have a walk into that boatyard, but it doesn't look like there's anywhere, any visitor moorings or anywhere you can do that. There's a gap there, but there's a load of paddle boarders on it, so that's not happening either. This is the boatyard and campsite. Shame we haven't got a visitor pontoon. Dropping at picks and hooks. We are desperately in need of a windlass. Just be out on a little motor launch, making more wake than the Royal Yacht Britannia. Beautiful flats for you to bring your dogs down to for a little paddle. We're going to look for something like that later on. So next time your local church needs its roof repaired and you're all chucking money into the pot, for those of you who are interested, this is the Bishop of York's residence. Church of England is the second biggest landowner in this country. Yes, that's a very splendid house. It's undergone a major refurb, partially funded by lottery grants and taxpayers' money. A lot of paddle boarders on here as well. It's you've got to keep your wits about you. So we've got a cruiser coming towards us who's slowed right down. Cruiser belting up behind us. He's actually done well, he's stayed behind us. They do kick up a bit of a wake even at slow speed, so you can't really grumble. At least they did slow down. They've slowed down as well. That's really good. I didn't think they were going to, but you know, maybe I'm being a bit judgmental about people on cruisers. They actually have slowed right down. Can't help a bit of wake they do, because it's the shape of the bottom of the boat. It just kicks it up. And all you can do is wait for them to get past, then follow directly behind them. Then you're not constantly bouncing off what they're kicking up. Yeah, fair play to you there, mate. Thank you. That's nice to see, little lad steering, isn't it? Yeah. Get the family involved. That's brilliant, is that? The A64 York Bypass, another very familiar road to me. I know I keep saying it, but I really don't miss travelling by van and car. Speaking of van cars, look at the wake that boat behind's kicking up. More boats behind us. Hoping to check that speed as they come past, because that's not going to do us any favours at all. Christ almighty, the boat that he's just passed has just nearly gone sideways. He has actually slowed down to go past us, but as you can see, because of the shape of the boat and the way that the mechanics of the boat work, you still get quite a lot of weight kicked up at you. It can't be helped. It's a shared space. And I know we piss and moan a lot about him, but you know, he's done his best there. There's not a lot more he could have done. Once again, fair play to you fella if you're watching this. Thank you. There's another beautiful heist. I stopped saying that because people are going to say, oh, you're copying narrowboat, Will. And again there, when I said you're copying narrowboat, Will. But you know, he's not the only one that uses those mannerisms, and watched Frankie Howard and Spike Milligan. I was brought up on all that. And that's not me having a dig at narrowboat Will, because I absolutely love watching his vlogs. They brighten my night up, they really do. Top bloke. There's a little puppy dog coming for a swim. Beautiful property. Lovely boat coming up behind us. Gorgeous stretch, and once again they've slowed right down. They've given us plenty of space, slowed right down. Fair play to you. Credit where it's due. Fair play, bro. What a beautiful boat. It must be frustrating to have all them horses in the stable and just be trotting along. Gorgeous boat. Like I said before, I think I'd be across the channel and in round to the south of France in something like that. But yeah, needs must. Probably has a job here in this country and commitments, as do we. There are some lovely moorings here just before Nunthorpe. Don't drift over too far, Les. I'll do you. Don't be... It's again like a little pop-up village. Paddleboarders totally unaware of what's coming behind them. There's two people swimming up there and all you can see is the heads bobbing up. I think they'd have some kind of fluorescent buoy or something. Are you kidding me? You're going to cut across the front of a 17-ton narrowboat and expect us to stop? Hey bud. Another boat with a mix of PVC cladding and new PVC windows. The new meets the old. There's two people swimming down there, Les. Beautiful structure. I'm hoping these are non-resi moorings. And we can pull up here, it'd be nice if we could. Off the beaten track. I don't want to be right in the middle of York. I've got nothing against York. I don't want to be right in the middle of it. With a good sized water tank is good. Especially in winter you don't have to move as much. But it comes at a cost. Especially when you've got storage for your logs and around. I have to rethink our weight distribution a little bit on the boat. Then you've got stuff like this coming up and down all day, especially on a weekend. It's a beautiful spot just outside York. Hopefully, it's just for one night. Hopefully move on tomorrow, get up to Linton. Yeah, as you can see, York is a very busy place. And we're on the outskirts of it here, at Nunthorpe. But it's a place that relies on tourism the same as anywhere else. So it's good to see. I might even jump on and do a city cruises myself. Guided tours. River Prince of York. Best way to see the York. This is a beautiful old Lendl Bridge. It's a new building that's trying to fit in, and I think it will eventually when it weathers. From this angle you can see how high the river does get. See on the poles the river markings.